morning. Good morning. Candy, I just got to say this to you. So I happened to catch Maggie live. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you. I happened to catch Maggie live and I went in. She hasn't blocked me. She just mutes me. But I was like, it's funny how you call somebody broke and you go after their mother. I was like, what's that about? She didn't even say anything. She just muted me. She knew exactly who I was talking about because she didn't ask no questions. She wasn't like, who are you talking about? What are you talking about? Blah, blah, blah. Nothing. Just mute. She didn't even say like, because last time she was like, you could sit here and watch and not be able to say nothing. She didn't say a word. She didn't want there to be any engagement on that comment at all. Facts upon facts. Okay, sorry, that was something for me and Candy real quick. I realize y'all might not have a clue what I'm talking about. She going off on me? As if I care. This is my first time. Well, I said that I was going to talk about her the other day. But this is my first time talking about her. And her first response is to go off on me? As if I care. Man, people have been talking about you for months. I mean, months upon months upon months. Probably a couple of years. But I don't care. Y'all don't got to worry. I don't care about that. You know what I say. You don't feed me, fund me, or fuck me, or opinion of me. Doesn't matter. And I wish more people had that attitude. But whatever. I'm not even going to start with her. Where are they from? Is it Tennessee? I'm not sure. It is Tennessee? Yeah. That's what I thought. So, who do we want to start with? First of all, thank you all, the people who are normally here at 6:30 in the morning. I appreciate you waiting and coming in at 10 o'clock. I hope that by going live at 10 o'clock, people who normally don't get to watch me are able to. So I appreciate both sides of the coin. Asia first. All right, since you asked nicely. Asia first. So for those of you not familiar, this is Asia. And to give you a little history lesson, because I used to talk about her regularly, and then, there's so many scammers doing their thing, you kind of move on, and then you eventually come back. So Asia's story, according to Asia, is that, oh, by the way, hit the daily heart me if you're a member of the team. If not, stick around. You like what you see, join the team. And every time I change a photo, please like the live until you see the heart, and then you'll see the heart's tail. Fill the tail and then take a break. I don't need you to break your finger. So that's how I just like it done. Okay, so Asia's story, according to Asia, is that she was living with her grandmother. and that her grandmother liked to become inebriated on alcohol a lot. And that Asia was trying to stop her grandmother rather, from doing that. And the grandmother chose alcohol over her and kicked her out so that she could drink as much as she wants. And she has been homeless since. Asia mostly begs for hotel rooms and money for food, like every day. And she literally will walk like the streets of wherever she is at night until she gets the money. And if she doesn't, she just starts the next morning with, I need money, I need money. Now, what brought me back to Asia was that she was clearly staying with someone, right? And still asking for money. And I was like, in all this time of homelessness, you don't have food stamps? And you still asking for money? So, and where you're staying somewhere and you're still acting like completely homeless, you have nothing, you have nowhere to go. But it was obvious she was staying in an apartment. Who she was staying with, I don't know. Why she was no longer there, I don't know. But it was just odd to me. So yesterday, I caught up with her again. Now, I chose this picture. I had an old picture of her because, like I said, I used to cover her. And I chose this picture for one reason. Do y'all see the braids on her hair? That costs money. And every time I turn around, her hair is different. It's in braids, she has a wig, whatever the case may be. All of that costs money. So where are you getting the money to get your hair done? But you still need money, right, Z? And you still need money for food and everything. Now, I gotta show y'all this picture because, again, it's something that didn't make sense to me. Does that look like the back of like a hotel? Hold on. Look like the back of like a hotel? Hold on. Hi, Maggie. Hi, Maggie. Yeah, but I'm sure she is, because I'm sure she got the money for it. Same to you, Just Kim. Same to everybody. But she's sitting here, and people kept asking, like, is this a shelter? Because it doesn't look like a hotel. And she is disrespectful. And what also happened was, oh Lord, here we go. What also happened was somebody walked by and she immediately picked up the camera so that we couldn't see who it was, or it was more that they couldn't see she was on live. Where are you that people can't see that you're live? Like at a hotel. Let's put it that way. At a hotel. That's weird to me. It doesn't fit. Who's gonna tell? It's a hotel. Has the coffee on her. It's a hotel. Okay. Okay. A motel room. Good morning. Good morning. And I want y'all to wait. Hold on. I think I got a picture of it. This is her hair currently. Again, thin, long braids. The only thing that's different is her edges aren't done. They cost money. So, what did she do yesterday? She started to talk to the people. She does look young. She's not as young as she looks though. She does look very young. But my question is, while she has somewhere stable to stay, why didn't she get a job? Of course she did, Larissa, because she wants the cash. So yesterday, she's in her live. By the way, motel room makes more sense than hotel room. And maybe it was another person staying there. But while she's on live, she's talking about something she'd like to cook. It turned out to be beef stroganoff. Hey, Ladybug. I played Texas Hold'em for you, baby. Anyway, thank you for the rose. So, she starts talking about beef stroganoff and what's necessary, and people are going back and forth with her in the chat about what she needs. She then looks it up at the time, what we don't know is she's putting it into a store app. And then she turns it around and it's like, it's going to be $35. Are you serious? Candy, that's hilarious. She's like, that's going to be $35. Now, you haven't had a job in I don't know how long. You have been homeless for I don't know how long. You don't have food stamps. You don't have SNAP, Asia. Like, be for real. She's been doing this a long time. She knows what benefits are out there for her. She wants the cash. She's scamming for $35. I wouldn't doubt it. Because again, how is your hair done? I'm sorry. That's not cheap. Facts. Strictly Business, she got you for $520. And edge control costs money. In fact, you missed it, Ladybug, but she ain't had no edge control yesterday. But I am wondering, good morning, Sherry. I'm wondering if she does that because she knows that this look says you don't need money at all. calling BS. Don't do that. Don't do that. However they get here, they get here. And if they want to share their story, that's fine. However they get here, they get here. And by them being able to say, yes, I got took for money, it lends credibility to what we are doing. Now, I always say, once you know, once you've heard us speak, and you don't, what's what I'm looking for, and you choose to continue to give your money, don't come crying to me. Don't come crying to me. But however they get here, they get here. And when they share, yeah, she's homeless. I believe she's homeless. But I believe she's had opportunities where she's had rooms paid for weeks. She stayed at somebody's house for a long time, which means she has enough stability to get a job. I understand being homeless, it could be hard to get a job, but she gets her stuff paid for more often than not, like regularly. But she won't get a job because her job is sitting online and begging for the next day. Really, Candy? I'm sorry. Because, like I said, she tells a good story. And she's a young black woman, and she'll be out there on her own on the streets. And you think, I don't want her out there. Let me help her. And the amount of money you gave her, she should have been able to stay there for what, a month? And so there's no reason why she hasn't gotten a job. But we all know she took some of that money and got that hair done. Again, if you're going to go through the process of getting the hair done, go get a job. Well, see, at first you might not be comfortable sleeping, but after you realize that it is all a scam, we don't have a problem sleeping. I thought if there was a young girl out there that had nowhere to go, I might struggle. I'm not sending anybody no money, but I might struggle. Like, dang, is it real? I told y'all, Lisa almost got me. And it wasn't for her. It was for her baby. The children and the dogs and the cats get me every time. After I sent that money, she blocked me and got mad. Of course. Because you know why? She knew at that point she wasn't going to get another dime out of you. That's what they do. Alley Cat, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Wholeheartedly. I did a whole raising the consciousness about the fact that it keeps them in the begging realm. It's taking money out of your pocket. So who benefits? Candy, I'm telling you now. I'm telling you now. I know she in here watching. She might have left by now because I ain't talking about her. But don't start. Yes, it is the 4th. Thank you very much. It is the 4th. And I hope whatever plans you guys have for today, whether it's to see fireworks, meet up with friends and family and cook, I hope y'all enjoy it. My mister went to work. My Mr. went to work. He loves a work day. So anyway, let strictly business be your warning. If you're not sure your Mr. went to work too, yeah, it's a holiday. Extra money. If, yeah, she's back begging. Big sis. I'm going to just repeat this for you. She was talking to everybody about how to make beef stroganoff. She put the ingredients in an app, like for a grocery store, and then turned around and told everybody it's $35. She need $35. And she just got $520 off of Strictly Business so that she could move to the next motel. And then blocked her. You want to say that what we do is wrong? I'm going to need you to try again. I'm going to need you to try again. Cindy Lou, that's the best life. That's the best life. Okay, let's talk about it. She gave her $520. She's in here. She gave her $520, thinking that she was gonna help her. Asia's a mess. So let's talk about Jalen, since Jalen likes to talk about me. Let's find the notes. Okay. So, like I said, for a really long time, I watched Jalen, and I couldn't raise her to scammer level because I had honestly never seen her beg. I've seen her cry. I've seen her be hurt. But I've always seen her say she was okay. Like, and so I was like, I can't, just because somebody, y'all know how I feel. Just because somebody else calls somebody a scammer, I cannot. Now, if you are unfamiliar, go to my page. I have the spectrum of scamming. When I say scamming, for me, it is the general term. What Jalen does is dry bag, in my opinion. So every once in a while I would watch her because everybody else said it, let me watch. And what I said the other day was, this is the first time I can say that I with my own eyes saw the dry bag take place in my presence. Now she can get mad about it if she wants to. We all know I don't care. People have been dragging you for probably years. I'm only going to talk about what I saw for myself. I'm not going to go dig into your lifestyle. I'm not going to go dig into your history. I don't care about that. I care about what you're doing right now. So, I think part of what alerted me was everything that happened with the cats and the kittens. Yeah, exactly. What was your name? I'm sorry, Joan? Yes, Joan. We gonna get there. We gonna get there, Jody. So the thing that got me was the thing she did with the cats. Where she moved out. Good morning. Good morning to anybody just coming in. She moved out. And I don't understand the circumstances about the move out. Don't ask me. I don't know. She took her dogs and left the cats. And if I'm not mistaken, there were kittens as well. I'm not sure. But she left them, and she left them in a room. And other people had to come and find them and rescue them. And she's like, I only left them for a couple of days. Ma'am, what? She left the dogs too? Wow. I thought it was just cats. And y'all know I have cats. That bothers me. Exactly. That bothered me. 4 dogs. Wait a minute. Two. She only took 2 of the dogs, right? She left 3 or 4. I'm sorry. That's deplorable to me. I don't care what your financial circumstances are. That's deplorable. And furthermore, if you have to be on TikTok dry begging, what are you doing with all of those animals? You know how I feel about that. Yeah, there is a rabbit hole. I'm sure there's a Reddit. I just haven't gone to see. Because for me, I don't need none of that. So, that upset me. And I'm like, who does that? The cat died. Don't tell me that. Only one person. You only missed one person, Marion. I bet she was live this morning. So, and furthermore, I want you to know that I picked this photo in particular. I have several. I picked this one in particular because I'm going to show you another one in a minute. So, she's sitting there like this. Her leg is shaking because she's shaking her entire body. And she looks sad. And she's talking sad, and she's saying how the person she's staying with told her that the rent would be $350. Then the mother, probably owner of the property, requested more. She paid the more, and then requested $450. So another $150. I'm sorry. And how she didn't have the money for that, and she didn't have anywhere to go with her dogs. And when people were like, well, go to the shelter, she was like, shelters won't take my dogs. My issue is this. You care about your dogs now that I know what I know? Jody, I know. I'm going to tell you why I know. And at the time, I was just like, oh, we love our dogs more than our cats. But now that I know she left 4 dogs, ma'am, what's special about these 2? And she doesn't speak to them nicely either, by the way. She'll be like, get! I understand that might be a country thing, but still. It's weird to me. So she's shaking about that. And I mean sad. Sad, sad, sad. And she got a car and she wanted to show that off. But it didn't work. Not because when she bought it, it didn't work. But when she drove it somewhere, she did something and it moved the motor, and now the car was undrivable. Why did it ask me to co-host with Miss Hershey? That's hilarious. She drags 2 grown daughters. Wait a minute, she's not alone? She moved into that house with 3 people? Oh, okay. I was about to say. I know it's fixing out, Donna B. I'm going to get there. I know I'm taking my time. I'm going to get there. So, she's so sad. Now, the only specific amount I heard her say was the $150. But she kept talking about the car over and over and over again. And again, that wasn't like a shake, like a fear or sadness or whatever. She was shaking her leg because her entire her entire body was shaking, but one side was shaking more than the other. That is not how scared body movements work. So, let me find the photo I'm looking for. Dang, did I not? Really? I don't have it. I probably took it with the other phone. Sorry, guys. I left and came back. It might have even been the next day. When I tell you her entire countenance had changed, somebody paid the rent, somebody purchased the part for her car, and she was showing it off. And I'm like, I understand that people want to see you win, but you haven't done anything to win in a long time. Why do they think this time is going to be the time? And are you going to pay the extra money for her next month and the month after? Or you think by getting her car on the road, she's going to get a job and she's going to get her life together? This is the problem with some people in the handout. If they got it once, they know they can get it again. Shout out to Maggie. Maggie comes on here confidently every day because eventually she'll get it. She's not going to stop until she stops getting it. And that's most of them. Because even ones who get a job, and I'm going to show you one in particular, they don't stop asking because they have the ability to take care of themselves. They don't stop because of that. They stop when enough pressure is put on by people like me and others in the awareness community, and we get enough people to stop sending money. And then they stop. But what's funny is they stop. They always come back, though. It is very easy money. It is very easy money. They'll be like, you guys think it's easy to come? It is. It is very easy. It's not hard. So you take a little heat. Y'all don't care. Holly, hell, let me just tell you something about Miss Maggie and her money. Whether she's getting 4,000, 1,000, 10,000, she's getting every single dime she wants. And she has money. And to tell you how bold she is, she will spend her Social Security check to go to California because she knows when she comes back, she can beg for the rent money. She can beg for the cell phone bill and the cable bill and get it. Cindy, all you got to do is watch them. That's what they do with each other. And they figure it out. Asia, I meant to say this. Asia has a video. And by the way, I put their name and their at there so you can go watch them for yourself. But she has a video where she's like, you got race bait is so easy on here. That's what a lot of them will use. Listen, do a GoFundMe like Maggie did for her birthday. And then when she realized she wasn't going to get any money, she said, never mind, it's too expensive. Correct. And that's not the only way they make money. Notice the commercials that are popping up now where you have to skip them to enjoy TikTok. They're finding multiple ways of income, just like the beggars. They keep them because of the traffic. Lisa can get up to 2,000 people in a live at 10 o'clock at night. It's the traffic that makes them money. They do make money off the gifts, don't get me wrong. And some of these big time people on here that get thousands and thousands of dollars, like what Ashley Trevino and all of them were getting, they make huge amounts of money. But they trying to figure out how to make money on everybody else. So that's where the ads came from. And if you post on your page, they want you to promote it. So for a couple of dollars, they'll promote it for you so that more and more people see it. TikTok isn't a social app for us. It's to make the owners money, to make the investors money. Like, let's be for real. I bet Jeffree Star did. A lot of them do. And he's also selling product on here and making money that way. But at the very least, people feel like they're so... You think Michaela, the makeup girl, isn't making TikTok a whole bunch of money? With all of her fake... Ladybug, you need to come in the live event? What you venting about, mama? It is expensive. I know. It's like giving them a tax break. Like, for what? No, don't come. No. No, we're not doing haters today. We're not doing haters today. Listen, you know who I love? If you're not following her, go follow Nina Poole. Go follow Nina Poole. She's a neurospicy lady, but she is neurospicy enough that she reads the ingredients on the back of expensive products and finds the dupe. And some of the dupes are at the Dollar Tree. You want some good stuff? Follow Nina Poole. Follow Nina Poole. She's amazing. Erica what? Erica Taylor does dupes? Okay. I don't know her, but I do know Nina Poole. I love watching a Nina Poole video. Did you see where Lululemon is suing Costco because they said that they made dupes of their outfits? How you gonna get mad? There weren't leggings before you came along? Oh, Erica does older women's skincare. Okay, somebody send me that. Even though I'm not gonna call myself older, but send me that anyway. Jaylyn is a dry beggar in my opinion. She never actually directly asked for it. I don't know what she's doing behind the scenes. But if you get up here and you ain't talking about scammers, people don't want to hear you vent about your haters. It's scammers and nobody. So she dry bags for the things she wants. And recently, I followed the dry bag. So it started with the rent for the place that she's living now with her friend, who obviously the mama owns the house because she got mad that the mama turned off the internet. Ma'am, that is her house. It's her bill. She could turn it off. How you gonna get mad about it? And you're crying. Good morning, members. And then you come in here and you cry to everybody about it. When was the last time you paid an internet bill, ma'am? But you're gonna get mad. She gets mega personal around midnight to get money. I wouldn't doubt it. Listen, they're gonna get their money. Look at Trinity. How she always takes a bath at night and acts like she's gonna drop the camera. Where did you go? I can't. She probably got a phone call or something. So this one dry bags. She lets everybody know what she needs. And then of course people send her messages. Well, what part do you need for your car? I've never been able to say it in the past, but I followed it this time. I was there from beginning, middle, and then the end. And she was like, I got the part, and my friend from high school is going to fix it for me for free. Even though he says it's for free, I'm still going to give him money. What money? What money? Thank you, Sherry. What money? Where you getting money from, ma'am? You didn't have the $150 to pay the landlord? But you got money to pay the guy to fix the car? How, please, somebody explain to me how that makes sense. Because I'd be more worried about a place to lay my head than a car that's not working. It doesn't make sense. And you know what I say? When it doesn't make sense, it's probably not true. Shout out to Judge Judy. You had money to pay him, but you didn't have money to pay the rent. Why you didn't pay? Well, you couldn't have paid the internet bill. Why is your phone only on internet? If you got money to pay somebody, you have money to buy the car. Wonder where you got that from. And then my next question is it registered and insured, ma'am? Or are you riding dirty? Jody, nobody needs to apologize if they scroll out, if they leave for a little while and come back. Don't worry. I tell people all the time, you're grown. You need to go somewhere and do something. You don't got to tell me. It's none of my business. Don't ever apologize. You a grown person. Yep. Yep, Becky. Right back at it. And apparently she's mad that she's going to show up here. Even though I said over and over and over again, I've never seen it, so I can't talk about it. But Boo Boo, the more you say my name, I appreciate it. Please have an entire live talking about me. And then send your minions in. It won't last long. Wow, she has daughters and a son. Well, she wrecked this car according to her. Yes, Isabella. Yes, she got the $150 for the rent. She got the part for the car and she got the car fixed. All without having any money for herself. We'll be waiting for the next one, Jalen, because it'll be something else. Let's see. I'm not doing Tim and Angela early because Steve Crick. I don't feel like it today. Let's do Sean. I haven't talked about Sean in a long time. And shout out to Scammy Claus because she was talking about him yesterday. And I was like, oh, he's live? Let me go see for myself. Yes, tap, tap, tap. If you're a member of the team, hit the Daily Heart Me. If not, stick around. And if you like what you hear, try to find the page, y'all. Here we go. If you like what you hear, hit the Daily Heart Me. So, Sean was looking for $30. Now, I couldn't follow it all the way because it was convoluted, but it was something like he got a new phone that he was putting everything on, or something like that. And he had his other phones with the account information on it for not just for favorited, I don't believe. I think for some other accounts. And when he got rid of the service there, when he tried to withdraw the money, always needs something. When he tried to withdraw the money, he couldn't because he couldn't have a message sent to the phone number so that he could get the key to get the money. So he managed to get it on one phone, and I don't know if someone had sent him the first $30 to do that phone or if he had the money to do it himself. I don't know. But he was on TikTok for that second $30 for that second phone. And this is what I mean by it will never end. Sean got all that money while he was living in his car. He was getting money to stay in hotel rooms every time his back hurt. But he got a ton of money while he was still in the car. Puppy Power, I bet they did, because that's the only people in there that was considering giving him a dime. Yes, Princess Patch. He's gotten a television, a chair. Like, he swore up and down when he got this apartment, he wouldn't need for anything else. Swore to everybody. That's what they all do. As soon as you get them to the next step, they won't need anything. And then the moment they get there, they're like, well, I didn't figure this and I didn't figure that and I didn't think of this and I didn't think of that. And then they get all of those things and then it's something else. And when I tell you that Sean is money hungry, he will spend $30 to get 25 because it's not his $30. Correct, Pink Survivor. And you know when he really needs money because he comes back to TikTok. So, he needed $30 for this phone thing. But that's not really what I want to talk about. Unstable Angel, his mod over there and protector, was like, she consistently posted for everybody to send the $30. And then it was, he has nothing for the 4th. Why is that our problem? You know, Sean, you need to eat every single day of the month. So why aren't you getting your act together so that you have something to eat on the 4th? Oh, yeah. It's going to be time to do an enabler mod call out on a digital after dark so that they have time to all come in very soon. Yes, steak. He got a brisket and ate it in 2 meals. Shout out to Scammy Club. Why? Because he knows he doesn't have to ration because he has people giving him money. I remember way back in the day, and this wasn't my personal experience, but I remember when parents used to give their kids half a sandwich so that she would have another half a sandwich for tomorrow. I remember when parents would eat nothing so that their kids had food. There was a time when people learned to ration. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I know I'm going to have this brisket. It's going to be good for 3 days in the refrigerator. I'm going to cut it up into 3 separate meals. We all know that his health isn't great. Why are you eating this much red meat so quickly, sir? What? And mind you, I haven't heard about that blood condition in months. Right? You can freeze some. That way you can't eat it right away. Put it in those containers so you have meals. Correct. I'm going to get there in a second. But unstable angel, why is it anybody's responsibility that because he has nothing for the fourth? First of all, the fourth for all of us personally is another day. Now I realize that people who have it get together, they may have a cookout. I refuse to say the word picnic, but I'm sure you guys know why. They have a cookout, they have a barbecue, they invite people over, they get together and go see fireworks, the whole shebang. When you got it, you can make it a celebration. If you wanted to celebrate the 4th, then you should have rationed until you got there. Made sure you had what you wanted. It is nobody else's responsibility. Sean, you are a grown man. And I think that these are young women who are riding hard for you. And I'm tired of it. Enjoy your day, Sue. Right. Even people with money budget. I'll never forget when Cardi B was telling everybody she knows that food prices are going up because she looks at her budget every single month. She was raised in the PJs. She has all the money in the world and she's still watching her pennies because she wants pennies later. Correct. I'm going to get there. Then Unstable said that everybody should get together and send him $20 so he can get a bottle. Excuse me, Unstable? Nice, Sue. Nice. He has health conditions we know about, but you think it's cute for him to get another bottle off the people who watch him on Favor Day? He has bigger fish to fry, Unstable. You might not have any problems in your life, but Sean does. And this is what I mean by it's going to stop eventually. Unstable, you could beg for him all day long. You're going to be the one to give him the money. And this is what's funny, Unstable. When you stop, let's see if you stay a mod. Correct, Pat. Let's see if you stay a mod when you decide that the money you have should go in your pocket and not his. But then I love this person. Red Diamonds 18. Now I don't know. She's a mod. It sounds like she gave the rest of the money. But I love what she said. She at least had some common sense. And she said, instead of money for a bottle, we should send him money so that he could put it away for the next unexpected event. And I was like, shade to the highest power. Shade to the highest power. For the next unexpected event. Because we know there's always going to be one. And let's say this. If the mods are the ones who want to keep funding him, be my guest. Because you can beg for him all day long. It's going to be you. Put your money where your mouth is. It's always going to be you. Everybody else is tired. Of course they do. It's like people who say they don't like drama, but they're always in drama. It's because that's how they feel alive. They don't feel alive without drama. Like everything could be good, and the next thing you know, there's drama. And it's like, wait, what? They feel alive with drama. They feel alive with needing money because they feel alive when they get to ask for it. And I've said this before. Some of them are addicted to the beg. Because even when you know, thank you, even when you know they don't need money, they still ask for it. My thing is this, Sean. You have gotten thousands of dollars and you can't let go of a few dollars in gifts? That you got to ask people for that $30 too? Like, miss me with it. Miss me with it. Sean is facing a decline faster than most. Let's talk about somebody else who always has something. Always. And by the way, I didn't edit this photo in any way, shape, or form. That is what she looked like. I literally snapped a screenshot. So now, yesterday, remember when she was supposed to be gearing up and she had all these things to tell us about what was happening, but she couldn't tell us at the time? She didn't tell us because she was waiting on some money. And when it became clear to her that she wasn't gonna get the money, now she could tell us. So, first of all, she showed us the roommate. Oops, she showed us the roommate. He doesn't seem like the one who has health issues. But he could be, but I don't think so. Because he seems like a younger black guy. The only thing I could think of when she showed him was hopefully I'm still around when he gets to say what it was like living with her. I can't wait. Because I can almost guarantee that if he's somebody who's willing to get on TikTok and tell his story, he will have one. He will have one. So anyway, the big news was that on the very first night she was there, the mother bumped into her 65-inch TV and broke it. Good morning. And then she said that she always had a blow up mattress as a backup. A backup to what? But whatever. And that while she was laying on it, she was asleep and I believe inebriated and burned a hole in the air mattress. So that didn't work anymore. And that she told them that they needed to replace it. They promised her that they would at a certain time. And now, of course, she's threatening legal action. The same legal action that you brought against your landlord, Jordan. I remember when I asked her about did she call the police, and she grabbed a card off the table and was like, "This is the detective." Anybody heard about that case? Hello, you made it. Anybody hear about that case? Cause I don't. But now you're gonna take them to court. Boo boo, you didn't need to tell us to take them to court. Take them to court. And people were like, "Was Tia your real sister?" I think we all know the answer to that. Missy Muffy is what they do. I mean, they could probably write some great stories for television. You were holding this back? This was the thing you weren't talking about? You dragged her for days because of the dogs and the cat. But this isn't what you were talking about? Like, and what was so funny is she would say to her moms, like, you guys know everything. You guys know the real story and why I can't talk about it. And this is what it was? Jordan. But Jordan, if you were working, why couldn't you buy another television? Why couldn't you buy another blow up mattress? You could probably get another blow up mattress at the not the Dollar Tree, but the what is it? Dollar General. Missy Muffy, that's real life. Well, Alley Cat, it explains why she wasn't playing her game while she was live like she was in the apartment. But I also find it interesting that they let the internet go. Do y'all remember the other day when she was saying how the landlord told her how nice and polite and respectful it was that she put a letter in his mailbox? If he wanted to be mean about it, he could bring her up on charges because you're not supposed to touch somebody's mailbox. That's between the person and the United States Postal Service. He could have said you stole anything out of there. But she repeated over and over and over again. He said how respectful and polite and that, and I'm so glad that I did it that way. I'm glad I didn't knock on his door. Who would knock on your door at dinner time after you've worked all day? Jordan, you don't know nothing about that? Correct. It is technically a federal crime. Now, do people do that? Only if they hate you or only if they suspect something. But it would have been no different than leaving a note in his door or on his windshield. I mean, but the question is, did she really do it? She claimed that she had to buy all the food. She had to buy all of the, that she was the one like paying the rent. With what? Jordan? With what? Hey, just the same. Good morning. With what? But I'm waiting for the friend. I'm waiting for the friend. I give it 6 months. I give it 6 months. I don't even know if it'll last that long because she's going to have to lie. But if she does get that work from home job, 6 months, it's money for gas. It's $50 to feed her dogs. Even though she feeds them gravy train, she could lie and say she doesn't. I have the screenshot. Oh, I had a little bit of hope in you, Timothy. A little bit of hope, Timothy. And you blew it. Oh, he had a long note. So I got blocked again. I got blocked again because I made a suggestion, or I told him what he could have done. So here we go. I see he's live. I go right in. Like he's gonna have a good story for us today. And he looked pathetic. And this was like 10, 11 o'clock maybe. Like he should have been at work. But of course he didn't have to work that day. Isn't that convenient that he didn't have to work that day? But we were back again asking for food money and med money. He's another one who will tell you, I just need it until today. I mean, until Wednesday. And then Wednesday comes and something invariably happens. So the story goes that he did in fact get paid on Wednesday night at the end of his shift, but he had to go this morning and get an account. And because he just opened the account, he can't get the money until Monday. Ooh, excuse me, y'all. This is my normal nap time. Anyway, I'm sure other people was like, why didn't you take it to a cash checking place? Now, my thing is this: they charge a lot of money. I don't know that would have been my first deal either. But because he knows he can just come to TikTok for the next 4 days, why not wait for it, right? So this was my suggestion. All I said was, you could have taken it to the bank that it was issued from and gotten the money directly that way. He says it was through a payroll company. That got me blocked. Like, how does that get me blocked? And other people will talk direct trash to you and they won't get blocked. Did I hit a nerve? Clearly I did. I got blocked for saying that he could take the check to the bank it was drawn. That's common knowledge. And if all your response was, well, we got it through a payroll company, what's the problem? Now somebody else asked to see a check stub. And his response to that was, I never promised that. Fine, bro. Don't ask for money then. Don't ask for money then. If I'm grateful if I'm grateful for how people have helped me, and I want people to continue to help me.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
When did I say her name? And her name isn't Alexa, by the way. Why are you always in my business? But when I ask you to do something, you say you don't know how to do it. That's my nemesis. Anyway, she the nosy girl in the corner. I changed her name from Alexa because it used to get on my nerves when you would watch TV or a commercial or something and they would say, "Hey Alexa," and she would go off. So I changed the name. That's your husband's girl. They are very helpful, don't get me wrong. I love her, but she get on my nerves. She is tapping on the last nerve I have for her. She might get unplugged one day for 24 hours to learn her lesson because she get on my nerves. Right, always here when she's not being asked for. But when I ask her to turn on or turn off a light, it don't happen. Make that make sense. I was told that it was because I was yelling at her, so I would say it. So, mind you, when I barely can get the words out, she does it. It's in the app. I love the British accent, so that's why I went with it. I could barely get the words out. She picks it up immediately. I'm yelling at her, enunciating, and she can't get it. I don't know. I think she want to remind me that she's there so that I don't feel like I'm talking to myself. Anyway, dang, I forgot what I was saying. See what I mean? Now I need to go back to the notes. So, what I love, by the way, guys, if you get blocked, so let me give you this. Let me give you this suggestion. Look up the person, even if you get a link. Look up the person's at, okay, and then go to their account through that. Because when they block you and you back out, you can still watch it. What happened, Sherry? I missed it. I'm sorry. Oh, about him cashing his check. Okay, thank you, thank you. You can still watch it that way. So I got booted, but I was still watching. So of course he's like, "Oh, the trolls are out early today." Blah blah blah. How am I a troll? I mean, I guess I am, but how am I a troll for suggesting that you could cash the check at the bank? But whatever. That's what they need us all to be. They need us all to be trolls. My thing is this: why don't y'all come up with the spectrum of trolls and give us our proper name? How about do that? Because I wasn't trolling at all. Not saying other people weren't, but I wasn't. And quite frankly, the time I was in there, I didn't see anybody troll at all. You just don't want anybody in there who can expose the truth, who can expose the fact that what you're saying doesn't make sense. That's what you consider a troll. But that's not a troll. Oh, I know. Okay. Yep. I was at the pay stub. If people had been kind to me throughout this whole 3 week period that I've been working and had no money, and even a random was like, let's see a pay stub. A pay stub is the piece of paper that comes off the rip check. And if it was from a payroll company, usually the pay stub is more than half the page. And the check is the little thing at the bottom. He could have showed us the perforated page without any of the information, and we would have known that a check got ripped off of there. He could have showed us anything from the bank. Hello, all for one. He could have showed us anything from the bank where he got this new bank account from. What's so crazy is he could have showed us the card of the bank person that assisted him in opening the account. He could have showed us the deposit slip without the amount that showed us that the check got deposited. I know Bank of America gives you a bank card that you can use almost immediately. It just doesn't have your name on it until you get your bank card in the mail. Where are you getting your mail, Timothy? Mark, I know. But I run down the scenario to show people how to run down it to be able to tell themselves that it doesn't make sense. I don't just say it doesn't make sense. I try to help people follow the logic so that if they did believe him, they do. They will release some of the money. But I am taking him, if his word, like, let's say his word was accurate, which is what he wants us all to believe. There were a number of things he could have done. Hey, Grinch Mob, to prove it without revealing any of his personal information. Which is why I can say he's full of crap. Of course he's lying. Hey, Maggie, you wondering if I'm talking about you, boo? Maggie, how come you spent your Social Security check to go to California when you know you got bills to pay? Like, why is it? It's funny because the people aren't even fully paying for your trip. Maggie, answer that. You in here, talk about it. Or you just need something to go back to your page and complain about? Well, clearly, she knew that if she spent her Social Security check to California, that people would make up the difference. Oh, I bet she did dip. I bet she did. Because we don't want to talk. See, around here, she can't mute me and tell me what I can and cannot talk about. Of course, she hasn't paid her taxes. She don't know what paying taxes is. You talking about getting rid of what I always say? I can never think of the other word. Fraud, waste, and abuse. I'm probably saying it wrong. You talking about getting rid of fraud, waste, fraud, and abuse. Waste, fraud, and abuse. Hmm. Is my fan too loud, guys? I chose a different one, but it's up kind of high. Mind you, AC on and everything, and I still need the fan. White Sox. Okay, guys, sorry. We got to do an interlude for White Sox. Because you can't hear it? Okay, cool. You just want them to say hello to you. I moved, and he's like, well, now is my time to get in your lap. Okay, if you're going to lay down, just lay down. Okay, there we go. Okay, okay. I don't know where your sister is. She's been gone for a long time. They say, hey, White Sox. Anyway, so Timothy, why I closed the notebook? Timothy, I'm going to need you to try again. Trust and believe. I'm going to be there on Monday. You're not going to know it's me, but I'm going to be there on Monday. So that I feel that taxes may get some in time. Facts! Especially with the amount of money that TikTok has had to report. And that I told y'all months ago, by the way, that the federal government took these payment apps. I don't know if they took them to court or they got Congress to write a law. I'm not sure which one, how it happened. But either way, they got it officially that they could treat payment apps like they do banks. And I don't think it started off as an issue with scammers on social media. They're the small pennies. It was the people who have jobs that can be paid in cash so that they don't have to report. Well, they started taking CA and PP. The problem with those is that it leaves a paper trail. So the feds was like, oh, you think you're going to be slick? Cash is one thing. Paper trail is something else. I told y'all that months ago. And CA and them didn't want that. Because they didn't want to have to give up the information. But now they do. They have no choice. Correct all for one. They absolutely do. But that is how people in business were avoiding taxes. And that's if you don't have to do, I remember people would be like, I don't have to do nothing but pay taxes and die. Like, for fact. The government wants their piece. And what's so crazy is that for some of them, They probably wouldn't even have to pay taxes. They might even get something back. But not to file, that's something different. That is something different. And you think that making it somebody else's CA is going to hide you? They got to get you the money somehow. So it's a paper trail. Like, what part of that don't y'all get? It's a paper trail. So you could use your mother's cousin's nephew's best friend's baby mama. But if that person gets $100, they're going to follow that $100 to where it goes. And if that person doesn't have any reason to send you $100, but that they could see that that person got 10 different $10 installments and that $100 makes it to you, they have questions on both sides. And you want me to believe that the amount of money you have gotten in Shirley B's account, Maggie, that is all for one. That is. Let me write that down. You think she's going to want to take the heat for those taxes? For that money? But even if she did want to, the government's going to follow the paper trail. Because even if she were to try to lie and say, well, I was just gifting my friends. Well, how come there are 35 transactions that all say for Maggie, and then you sent her the $100? Like, if y'all don't know how it works, stick around. I hope I am here long enough that I can watch it all burn to the ground. Good morning. I want to watch it all burn to the ground. Okay, let's see. We're not going till 1 o'clock. I need to tighten up, girl. Okay. You guys might not know her. Some of you may. But she's been a consistent beggar as well. Animal lover, it's going to come one way or another. Because she plays too much. She thinks she's a badass. But when somebody actually confronts her, it'll be a problem. Oh, thank you. She's been a beggar for a long time. And she begs everywhere. For everything. Now, remember when I said even when they get a job, they won't stop? This is her. She got a place, finally. She got a job. Okay, thank you all for one. Enjoy your day. Hug your family. Thank you, thank you. Now, she claims that she paid for the month of April's rent, but never moved in. And then tried to say, oh, it was stupid of me not to read the contract. What? So you mean to tell me you paid for a month of rent and remained homeless? Please go sit down somewhere. Please go sit down somewhere. Like, come on, y'all. Does that even remotely make sense? But okay, I'm going to leave that alone. Hold on. I'm sorry. I dropped my water. So now she's gotten the job. She's had the apartment. And she's like, I've paid for it every month. Blah, blah, blah. And every month you've still been begging. You've still been begging. Oops. White Sox thought I was going to put something on him. Sometimes he scratches himself and he'll get down to his skin. So I'll put like some antibiotic ointment or even just some Vaseline. The moment he sees me go for that drawer, he is out. He is like, no ma'am, you won't be putting anything on me. Buddy, White Sox, I wasn't putting anything on you, buddy. I mean, immediately. He's like, you can hug me. Here we go. You back because you realized I wasn't getting anything out the drawer for you? Okay. Come on. I don't have anything. Look, I don't have anything. Okay, whatever. You stay there. So, this was her claim yesterday. That out of all the people at her job, she's the only one that didn't get paid. Oh yeah, he's a smart boy. What he don't understand though, Lotus. Yes, but I rotate because it's impossible for me to watch everybody. So who I see is who I talk about. So out of all the people she works with, and she says she called them to verify, she was the only person that didn't get paid. Oh. So of course, she has to pay her rent for July. She doesn't need $50, $25, even $100. Good morning. She needs $200 to pay her rent by Saturday or she has to be out. And people were like, well, even if you are late, you're going to get your paycheck. You can pay it. And she was like, if I don't have the money by Saturday, she's going to put me out. She can't legally put you out if all you owe is $200 from July's rent. And even if she sends you the letter that says she's going to put you out, she has to go through the process. She has to take you to court. Now, what she might be afraid of is that she's late all the time and that if she doesn't pay it, the woman is going to go to court. And even if she has the money, she isn't going to let her stay there anymore. But she wouldn't even acknowledge that there was a process. So because she wouldn't acknowledge that there was a process, I don't believe her. Yeah, Erica, go pay it. Go pay it. Correct. Ashley, which is why I feel like maybe there is a constant delay in the payment of rent. It's always late. Because technically speaking, wouldn't she have had to pay on July the 1st? Today is the 4th. Tomorrow is the 5th. So perhaps on the 5th, she starts getting charged a late fee and a letter. But she wouldn't be put on the street that day if she only owed $200. Yeah, that's why I'm saying tomorrow's the 5th. She said that she would be out on Saturday. Now, different states have different rules, but I know there's no rule that says that if you owe $200 in your rent, you get put out in 5 days. Nope. The state with the best laws for landlords. And the reason why this picture is this way is because I had to take it from a video she did because she won't show her whole face while she's scamming. I know she's been scamming for years. That's why I said they don't ever really leave. They stick around. Good morning. And when they come up, no. This is the thing. According to her, she hasn't. You said her bottom. And at her big age, all these years later, she's now begging for $200 to not get evicted. But if you just said, remember when Carol did it? Remember when Carol was on there crying that if she didn't come up with the money, she was going to be evicted, and everybody was like, that's not possible. And she's like, that's what the letter says. And it's because of it's because of Social Security. They're not paying me my full amount because they were clocking the money you were getting off of TikTok and the gifts you were getting, ma'am. And when I clocked that tea, she wouldn't read the letter again. I played close attention. Ask my man. He hates it. Well, he loves it, and it's like a double-edged sword for him. He wants to know something, I will get all the details. He don't want to know something, he'll be like, no. I pay close attention. Beth is seasoned. I'm just gonna put it that way. She is seasoned, which is why she still has people giving her money to this day. You know what's crazy, guys? And I didn't realize this until I was an adult. There are some people who are raised with the only moral compass: don't let anybody do something to you. They are raised to take advantage of every situation possible. And I didn't, like, because I would be like, how come I wasn't like that? Like, I didn't look for every loophole. If you told me that I had to get in the left line, I got in the left line. I didn't look to see that there was a handicap line and start acting handicapped to get in faster. Like, I just followed the rules. I was raised to be a rule follower. I was raised to do things right. If the government says pay your taxes, I paid my taxes. I didn't try to become a sovereign citizen so I didn't have to. Like, I just did the thing that was asked of me. It was the right thing to do. And it wasn't until I was an adult and I had a girlfriend. I loved her, but she was slimy. She was slimy. She looked for every single advantage possible. I'm going to tell you how bad it was. She was getting her rent paid. And she was getting it paid through a DV organization. She met a man, fell in love. They came up with the idea. So she wanted to be married, right? But he was like, but if we get married, my income comes into it. So they had a ceremonial ceremony. I'm not going to say what religion it was because it doesn't matter. But they had a religious ceremony and filed zero paperwork. And because he was staying with her, they weren't paying any rent. He was saving all of his money. He bought a house, put her in it, and had the agency paying him rent for the house that they owned together. It was just in his name. And I think her daddy even gave him the money for the down payment. And I would be like, huh? And I remember I was like, I thought you guys were married. And she was like, yeah, but it was a ceremony. We didn't file any paperwork. I was flabbergasted when I actually learned all the details and watched her be slick about other things. I would shake my head and be like, I don't get it. I don't get it. But when I bought a house that had a tenant in it, she did the same thing. She did the same thing. She wasn't supposed to have her boyfriend living there. And when I was like, your boyfriend can't live here, she got a job working overnights, like 3 nights a week, and told the state that he was her babysitter. So then I couldn't say anything because he was her babysitter. And again, she wasn't working every night. And then, at her big age, facts. And then, because he was living there and none of his income was being clocked, he bought a house. After living there for 2 years, bought a house and moved her in and was getting paid by Section 8. Sure was. And I told them that that's what was happening. But they went off the paperwork. There are people who are raised to be on the take. And so when you think they can't get any lower, they do. And you're like, what? Some people. Now, I'm not saying all these people. But some of them were raised to be on the take. That's what they do. It's wild. It's wild. I love when it goes to the person in the picture. Correct, Vicky Davis? And some of them can work. I'm not saying everybody, but some of them can. Part time even. It's mad people on this app that that draw SSI and work part time because you can only make so much. I just gotta tell y'all, I saw the videos that somebody put together about being happy that Gabby wasn't pregnant. I'm trying to stay blessed by the Lord, and y'all are making it very difficult. Yep, some of them do. They work under the table. They do what they got to do. I say be careful with that because I saw a crazy story yesterday. Okay, who's left? Let's see. We did. Oh, by the way, go check her out. Her at and her name is the same thing. I love my life and God too. It ends with a number 2. Oh, he's he's gonna be quick. Let's see. I love that picture of him. Anyway, that's why I haven't changed it. People who call her out. People who call her out. She's always talking about giving their mother flowers and stuff. Yeah, it's people who call her out. People who know. Yes, he did, and that's what I wanted to say. He was in the process of asking for money and he got nannered. I love it for them. All for One said something yesterday. Dang, I wish I had said it while he was in there. He was saying to clear out your cache of reports. Make sure you do that every day. Because I guess there's something with the algorithm that if you report the same person regularly, it has less of an impact. So clear out your cache of reports. I I want to clear out the ones that didn't work. I want to keep the ones that work, but I don't think you can. I might take some screenshots. But I said this the other day. Just because your report comes back with nothing doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Oh, Becky's back to asking for the same $1,600 for her air conditioning. I know what she's doing. She ain't doing nothing new. And as long as I don't see her getting money, I'm going to let it ride. He explained it, but I think I'm going to go on a live. I'm going to go. There is a place you could go and find your old reports. I can never remember it though. Oh, and her kids were her kids are always deplorable. Like I don't understand. I would be, as my mom used to say, I'll knock you into next week. If I said any of the things, especially her younger son says, I listen, at my big age, I was still a child to my mother. Oh, system notifications? Okay, there you go. I wish I would have talked to her at any age, child to adult. My mother was so fierce that we still talk about her today. We used to call her the Godfather. Not my daddy, my mama. She was fierce. You hear me? Fierce. I told y'all she used to make me go get my own switch. I know that's considered abuse today, but back then it was not. And I better come in with the right kind of switch. Because if I didn't and she got one off her rose bush, boy. But yes, he is back to begging. Now, this is my problem with the people who give him money. Y'all took care of this grown man for months. I personally think he went out there to get an apartment. He had to live there for so long in order to qualify for the apartment. But that was away from his man. I think he wanted back in Detroit. So he soft landed it for y'all. He started going back and asking you guys for haircut money and money for the bus there and Ubers back and forth and food. And he would say he got kicked out and then he would show back up at the apartment. He slow walked them because he knew eviction was coming. And I remember him saying, I would have all my stuff if I was evicted. So when then he claimed he was evicted for real, and I was like, "Where's all your stuff?" He was like, "I threw that all away on the first night." No, you put it. You have people in Detroit. It went to somebody's house. Maybe the house you're staying at. I'm not gonna say it's his boyfriend because I don't know and I don't have any indication. But it's somewhere with somebody that you know. You remember what Lisa looked like when she was really living on the street? Like, do you guys follow Tristan? Tristan looks like somebody who is on the street. Missy Muffy, he just asked for the money. I don't think he really needs it. I think he likes living in hotels, but I think he's just getting cash. Correct. Compare Detroit to Tristan. Now, I'm not saying Tristan needs money either, because he had multiple opportunities to get a job and he doesn't want one. He tried to get a Five Guys refund. Of course he did. He used to do that in the hotel. He would order it off DoorDash, eat it, and then say it was nasty or it was cold or he didn't get it or whatever and get the money back on his card. Y'all sent money for food and people thought that was funny. That comes out of somebody's pocket. It is never like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a victimless crime. No, that's not. And then you wonder why, you know why our insurance is so high? Yes, the companies are playing into it, but our insurance is so high because so many people drive around without insurance. Prices in stores are so high because they're covering for theft. Sugar booming, boom boom, I don't doubt it. There is absolutely a way to do it, right? But he doesn't ever, he has been lying for a very long time. So I do not in any way, shape, or form believe that he's outside all night long. He's dancing for the room now. I bet he is. I bet he is. You do become hyper aware of your hygiene because you don't want to display homelessness. He's always changing the story. Remember that was Jordan's story. My stalker was calling the hotel room and got me kicked out. Donna B, you could look at the clothes he wore and knew that something was off. But I thought he threw out all of his stuff. And then when you really catch him, he'll be like, "My mods knew the truth. You guys were the ones believing that nonsense. My mods knew the truth." What? He's and furthermore, and I say this every time, he's racist, he's prejudiced, he's misogynist. The very women that support him, he doesn't respect. I have never updated his photo because I just love this one for him. He thinks he's so smart. He's going to be 65 years old collecting SSI because he will have never paid enough into the system to get regular Social Security. And then he'll be begging because by then you certainly won't have an apartment or a house to live in unless he begs his way to it. And then if he does, he'll be telling you to kick rocks. Oh, I just did Jordan. I'm sorry you missed it. I just did Jordan and her nonsense. But it wasn't a big one because I didn't watch her beg yesterday. Stick around though. I talk about her often. Or you can go to my YouTube, but I don't have like this is the Jordan piece. What I'm thinking about doing though is splitting my lives into the sections where I talk about people and posting them. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. I try not to do that, but it happens. Thank you for letting me know. Mm, I don't know. Wow, really? He's staying with his sister close to that park. And I'm sure in his mind he's working, getting money off TikTok. That's not work, bro. We can't miss talking about Tim and Angela, can we? Oh. So, after everything that they have quote unquote gone through, all of the harassment, the bullying, and everything, someone, Kimberly, I'm not even gonna say someone because she's let it be known who she is. Kimberly tells the truth about them, and they go and bully her and try to scare her. No two ways about it. Come back to the live, drag her, expose where she's staying. Mind you, they supposedly hate that, right? Oh, Kiki. I did Kiki the other day. I haven't seen her since. But I did Kiki the other day because now all of a sudden the man that she loves, that she's dedicated to, that she'll have 100 babies for, she's worried about him being out there with another man, and now she has to GoFundMe because her and her kids need a new place to stay. I just say the money's ran out, and she knows she's gonna get evicted, so she's leaving before there's an eviction on her name, and she wants y'all to pay for it. That's the Kiki nutshell for me. But she'll be on begging more because she's gonna need the money and it wasn't coming on the GoFundMe fast enough. So she'll probably be up here again. Oh, she took it down. I bet she did take it down. Because she was getting dragged everywhere for it. Exactly right, Allie Joe. She'll say anything. Mind you, she got that big infusion of money when she did her taxes, right? Okay, get an apartment. I am not mad at that. You have never gotten the kids the furniture they deserved. But in all this time, you could have gotten a job. The babies are old enough to go to daycare. Oh, I do that when I listen to Mexican Homie because his laugh makes me laugh every time. Pumpkin, stick around. Stick around. This ain't even close. I try to do 9, and I've been trying to leave enough. I either have a raise in the consciousness or I open the boxes for people to say what they want to say. But it is contagious, 110%. So you're upset at feeling like you and your wife are bullied, you and your wife are harassed, you and your wife are treated poorly. But then it shows you who you are as a person. When you turn right around and do the thing you don't want done to you, the hypocrisy is never failing with them. Correct, Jennifer. And they don't dry beg. They don't, well, they do leave out, they do white lies. But they just straight beg. And they feel like because they straight beg, that doesn't make them scammers. The scam is this, Tim, since you're the one who talks for y'all. The scam is that at this big age, your wife had her first real job. Because we found out the other day that she liked to join MLMs and then she would scam the MLM, which is mind blowing. But it's because she wasn't in it to become successful. She was in it, she'd get the free product, she'd sell it, and then she didn't buy any more product, which is how the MLMs used to operate. Now you got to pay because they learned that that's what lots of people were doing. And apparently at that time, he had work ethic. She rubbed off on him. And it's funny because there's a scripture in the Bible that says, um, basically, your useful habits, the good things about you, don't rub off on bad people. It's bad habits that rub off on you. You know how you always have the person that's like, I'm the good one and I'm going to influence everybody else. It invariably never happens that way. She never intended to have a real job once she got married. And now, not that she didn't feel like she needed to contribute, but she was never going to do anything that required any hard work of hers. And I'm sure he was like, I'm out here wrestling, but she's talking about he doesn't want to wrestle, but he wants to get back into the business. If that's what you wanted to do, it didn't take somebody else talking about it for you to think about it. But I think he thought we could get by off the basics. Yeah, Harley. Harley. I'm sorry. I'm assuming you're telling that to other people, which is what I was probably woefully underplayed. So thank you for that. But she never intended to work, and now I feel like he's like, we're gonna get benefits eventually because they're already on the housing list. Wonder why maybe they didn't want to work for long. They wanted to work long enough to prove to the people that they're willing to work. But they don't want to earn enough to get off that housing list. Because you can work diligently once you get housing. It's like Social Security. You can work after you get it, and they give you a limit. But if you have a job to survive until Social Security gives it to you, that's a long ride. Because it's new to him and it is a much easier way to cook other than like the stove and the oven because you put it in and you walk away. It's his new microwave. The argument was the harassment was because Kimberly came to an awareness live and told her truth about dealing with them. I bet you they didn't show up at Raggedy's house after Raggedy drugged them for filth. I bet you they didn't show up at her house. But you thought you could bully somebody else at the same hotel? Now, if somebody out of the blue ran up on them and banged on that door, they would be online crying about how they needed to find somewhere else to live and it's going to be more expensive because somebody knocked on their door. But it was okay for you to bang on her door and scream and curse her out? Huh? I got you. Wait, stop. Oh, my allergies. They just popped up all of a sudden. Okay. Thank you. Really, Grinch Mob. I know some hotels let you do a little bit, but they don't care. I know they weren't told to leave because the owner came out and basically was like, "You can't do this," and they um, relented immediately because they didn't want to get. Ooh, Maggie's live, y'all. Somebody go over there and see what she's talking about. I love it when they go live while I'm still live. My question is, where is Lisa? But I'm gonna leave that alone. So they relented right away. And the one thing a motel doesn't want is cops around because they know what's really going on in their hotels. The last thing they want is cops around snooping. They will get rid of cops so quickly. She needs 130. Yo, I cannot with her. I cannot. Oh, of course Asia's live. She need money. Listen, this is their job. For what bill could be past due? You got so your rent is paid. Unless it's her it could be her rent. Because before you left the hotel or as soon as you left the hotel, you got your cable paid, you got your cell phone paid, and you had just moved back in. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Hey Trolla, it's ridiculous. Are you okay? She's so full of crap. And people are so eager to stay in there, they'll send her $1, $4, $5, and before you know it, she has it. And what they know she does is she has a list. So as soon as she gets to 135, she's asking for something else. Oh, bingo, yes. That's probably, but she'll usually say if it's bingo, she'll say it's bingo. Oh, I love when they be in each other's lives. Like that cracks me up. Two scammers in the lives together is hilarious. But what this is where I feel like Maggie doesn't get it. Maggie loves to be around famous people, to be in boxes with them, and I've seen a couple lately. She was in a live with Ray J and a couple other people, and famous people. And she's sitting there giggling with her baby voice, and he asks her to show her feet. Her feet are deplorable. And the other two guys that are there are doing everything they can not to laugh in her face. But they're laughing at her. Mind you, Ray J can't even look. So they're like, nah, Ray J, you gonna have to stare at her feet. And they made her show them again. And she's there giggling, like, ha ha ha. What? And he's like, I take her feet seriously. That's why I paid for pedicures for her and blah blah blah. You need to do another one, Ray J. You needed to do another one. Yeah, the baddies laugh at her too. Then another one, she was talking to Saucy Santana, who is like a friend to the baddie show, and she was asking him to get her back on the show, and she wanted to get paid for it. Ma'am, you are not that famous. Let me tell you. So he's like, how much do you want? She was like, how much are they gonna pay me? And he's like, no, you have to give them a number. He was like, I get six figures to show up. Now he's a famous entertainer. So they were like, you gotta tell us what you want. And she's like, I want 100 grand. He dropped her out the box so fast. He was like, who gonna take her seriously? If she had asked for $1,000, maybe. Of course, she don't want nobody asking questions. And her two little girl mouths is gonna be right there to help her. Why don't y'all give her the 135 like Sean's moms do? Go do that. No, she's not baddie material. They know she ain't never, but they don't care who come up. We watched the auditions. We only watched one episode. And Mister was like, what are we watching? I was like, I'm watching for Maggie. Like, the most I could get him to do was start the second episode. And he was like, no, we're not doing this. It is ghetto as hell. It's ghetto as hell. Like, literally, they'll be like, what you on? And one girl will turn to the other and they'll just fight. Like, that wasn't what the show was supposed to be about. Why do baddies fight? Like, it's ghetto. That's why I don't watch stuff like that, because I'm embarrassed. Y'all make it look like every black woman is like that. We are not. We are trying to live a soft life. What do you mean? I'm not fighting you to be on television and embarrass myself. Maggie muted you the other night for telling her to ask you. That's her buddy though. It's I'm sorry. It's serious and I take it very seriously, but some of it is just nonsense. Now if you went in there and was like, Maggie, I got $20 for you, you can say anything. You can say anything. It is hard with Maggie. It took me forever to start talking about Maggie. I just couldn't do it. But then she went from a little bit and she would dance and she would entertain people. She would be funny. And now it is literally just, what can you give me? And if you're not giving me, I don't want to talk. People will be talking to her about stuff and she'll be like, I need 35. I need 35. I need 35. And then somebody say something, send it. Like, what? It's comical because of how ridiculous it is, but it's not entertainment. And I don't understand people who get entertained by that. Because this is what I know will happen. It's going to stop. It's going to stop being funny to people. They're going to move on to the next funny person. And she's going to be lonely. whatever. She got somewhere to go. She got somewhere to go, something to do. White Sox, you're too hot. My allergies are bothering me. I need a minute. She's still living. They were like, we're gonna call her father. Tim, nobody's afraid of you, sir. And she's a grown woman that's married. What her father gonna do? Like, come on. Nothing happened. They came right back on and begged. That's what happened. And then it took them forever to come back because they were embarrassed. Because they were afraid that people were going to be like, what was happening there, Tim and Angela? So they came back on eventually, but very meekly. Very meekly. Where was all the bluster from last night? Like I said, he talks the crap he talks because it's all behind the camera. He's not about that life. Yes, he did play the victim. That's what I'm saying. He came back to his chat on 10. On 10. I don't know who that is, David Kellums. Let me write it down. Granny Annie. Granny Annie could find him, boy. I'm going to tell you. Wait, let me write it down with everything else. David Kellums. Is he a scammer or is he a scammer supporter, Granny? Oh, okay. Please, we don't need anybody else on oxygen. What's her name? I can't remember it now because I haven't talked about her in a minute, but I watch her every once in a while. She went from having twins. No, she went from having a daughter that got unalived by a drunk driver. So the son-in-law wouldn't let her go to. First, she didn't have the money to go. Then her son-in-law wouldn't let her go after she got money to go. Oh yeah, Peaches. And then it was she had 2-year-old twins that she gave to the godmother, or the godmother adopted because she was diagnosed with terminal cancer. And the daughter of the twins had to go to Cedar Sinai Hospital because the baby had cancer. She was pregnant with triplets. And what cracks me up is there are people in there that are like, oh my, I'm so sorry. Now, I believe the first daughter story because who makes that up? Hold on. Let me change this real quick. I've been talking about this. Oh, come on. I've been talking about this a lot lately when I go into people's lives. It is on my page. If you haven't seen it before, go check it out. So when we call them out, we call them out correctly. Because Tim and Angela will explain why they're not scammers over and over and over again. Because they use the money for what they say they're using it for. But they are straightforward. If you don't, I feel like they manipulate and lie. I feel like they're scammers. I feel like they have omissions of truth and white lies. But if we want to tag them properly, it's straightforward begging. I just wanted to say that. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. So everybody and everybody is free to come up and say whatever. And if nobody comes up, I'm gonna go take a nap. Cause I woke up at 3 o'clock and I couldn't go back to sleep until 7, I wanna say. And now my allergies are bothering me, so now I'm gonna have to take some Benadryl. So the nap is coming. But it's open mic. Sandy, 110%. It absolutely is. So in that regard, they are absolute scammers. That is true. You just clock their tea. You don't have to talk about the scammers that I talked about today, by the way. That is not a requirement. It's so funny because y'all talk and talk and talk in the comments. I missed half of them. Thank you, Glory. I missed half of them. And then y'all don't say anything in the box. Hey, Missy Muffy. Good afternoon. I can't even say good morning.
It's morning where I live.
Oh, okay.
10:30 here. I'm in Canada, so. But I was just wondering, Gabby took her son to that abuse clinic the other day, and she hasn't been online since. Does anybody know what happened?
I think the only people who might know are the people who she considers supporters. And it could have been that they told her to stay offline because she went in there talking about, I'm only doing this because the people online and blah, blah, blah. And they might have said to her, until this is over, stay off. Or until you can control yourself, stay off.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
It's where they check the child out for abuse. And that's why when she was lying, saying that they came to her house and they did a quick evaluation and they decided there was nothing there, that's not how a real investigation works. That's not how a real investigation works.
Yeah, that's right. I want to tell you a little funny story. I was in watching somebody's TikTok, and these two girls were partying and having fun. And then the next video, the one girl had no eyebrows. So I just wrote in the comments, I just said, "What happened to your eyebrows, girl?" And I got a violation for that.
What?
I'm not kidding you.
Well, let me tell you, TikTok was crazy enough to send me a survey last night. Oh, did they get an earful? The first thing they wanted to know was what was my content. And they give you categories. I picked other. And I was like, I call out TikTok scammers who scam on your platform and take advantage of your other TikTok customers. No, I said users. That's what I do. Then they were asking some of the stuff. I was like, nope, it's good, it's good, it's good. I was honest. But then they got to like, are the community guidelines clear? Hell no. Because we've read your community guidelines multiple times, and people on here violate them every day. But you violate us for telling the truth about it. We're harassing
Exactly.
and bullying for telling. Oh, I was like, they gonna wish they never sent me that survey. I only got it because I go live. It wasn't like you're a TikTok user. What do you think? No, it was a go live. They wanted to know how I felt the last 3 months. Well, I'm gonna tell you, if you give me the opportunity, and maybe they thought that they sent it to me late at night, I wouldn't even see it. I was up for it, and I gave them an earful. They want to violate us for every little. And I used the example where I was like, I was talking about a commercial from Nancy Reagan, and y'all violated me because I was just saying the slogan. I was like, you need to get your algorithm in order because how
I
did
remember that it was a commercial or something, wasn't
yeah, it
it?
was where the egg they popped the egg in the frying grease and they were like,
Yeah,
this is your brain on X.
drugs.
Honey, you finished already?
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, do you think it's better to email TikTok with, like say the scammers or,
No, they're not gonna do anything. They've done that a million times.
and then the other night Lisa's on her live and nodding off and her guy is snoring in the background like,
And they don't consider that fake engagement. But I think part of the reason why is because there are still so many people in there and so many people typing. Let me just tell you something. I have seen a girl in the UK literally falling over with her mother in the background, telling her to turn it off, and they wouldn't turn it off. I reported it over and over and over again. But
is
I'm
she the
I'm I'm bad for talking about it.
is she the one that does the readings for people?
No,
Oh,
I actually haven't seen her in a while.
wow.
But yeah, nothing, no violation found from TikTok. No violation found from TikTok. Like I can't say the word, but people can hear it on the app when they're in musical section. You have a really loud background.
I don't know what that noise is.
It's loud coming from the internet. Oh, there we go. I didn't know I could do that. Ah.
But anyways, digital, I just wanted to tell you I'm waiting for knee replacement surgery. I know you have problems with your knees.
Oh, like, are you getting ready to get scheduled?
Well, where I lived, the waiting list was 6 months, but I had a cardiac arrest in 2023, so I'm a high risk for surgery, so I might have to go to a bigger city. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't have a scheduled
Wait, yeah.
surgery date yet.
Well, happy times when it happens. Because if you have knee problems, you know what, like a paper cut on your thumb and how you feel it no matter what you do, that is having knee problems. You
Yeah.
can't lay down, you can't sit up, you can't stand for long, you can't walk anywhere. It is debilitating.
Are
So
you
I get it.
waiting for surgery too, or
Yes and no. I know it has to happen. I haven't done anything because I've been managing it with medication and topicals and stuff. And I get the nerves in my knees. I get an ablation,
right?
and so I've been able to suffer through.
Oh, I hear
Yeah,
you.
I got to get both my knees done too. It's a family trait. My father needed it. He was afraid of surgery. My sister has had both of her knees replaced, and it's just my turn.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to say I feel your pain. So,
Oh yes. Well, I hope you listen. Do whatever you need to get what you need. That's the bottom line. If it's a bigger city, make it happen for yourself because nobody's gonna make it happen for you.
I know, but if I have to go to the bigger city, the wait list there is a year and a half.
Oh yeah, but I mean, if the small city isn't going to do it no matter what, then it's better to go ahead and get on the wait list than do nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
If
hear
your
you.
city isn't going to do it at all and you know you need it, let me just tell you something. If you had the money to pay cash, they'd figure out a way to do it for you. Let's
Yeah.
just let that be the case. If you were someone famous, they would figure out how to do it. So go put your health first. Put your health first. Cause my sister's life changed when she got it done. She was working, but she was really struggling. And make it worse, she broke her wrist on top of it all. But it changed her life.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, me neither. But I'm actually getting a knee ablation next month on my left knee because it literally they burn your nerves so that you just can't feel them anymore. And when they regenerate, the pain is instant, instant. So yeah, I know how debilitating it can be.
Yep. Well, my dogs are getting noisy
Okay,
here, so you can
okay,
drop me.
okay. No
Thank
problem.
you.
No problem. Marian, I'm gonna put your microphone back on, or you can put it back on. Okay. But
I did it.
yep,
I
you
didn't know
did.
I could be muted at 61 years old. Anyway, we had chatted on private there a few weeks back, and I had told you a story. I think it was Gabby that I was watching, and it kind of brought me back to when I was younger.
Mhm.
And my story is my daughter was, I don't know, 13, 14, and she was just out of control. I was on social services, which is the equivalent to whatever they do in the States, welfare, I call it.
Mhm.
Anyway, I signed her to the province.
Mm.
And now we're fast forwarding. I'm 55 years old, I guess, and my daughter now is 34 because we're exactly 20 years apart. I applied for a job, care center or home care for people.
Uh huh.
They went back and found. Sorry, did you say something?
No, I was just saying like I was listening. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Um, they went back in my records and found that I had signed my daughter to the care of the province, and they needed to have a letter written by my daughter to make sure that her life had indeed, I guess, turned out well. I'm not sure exactly. I can't remember now what the letter was to state. But that interfered or could interfere with future employment
Wow, I had
for
no
for
idea.
people.
Especially
They
once
went
they
back.
become adults.
Yeah, well, she was like, say, 13, 14, so we're going to go to the age of 34, bad math girl, but you guys do the math. It carried that long through my life.
Wow.
Yeah, from my early 30s to my to 50 years old. Yeah, 55 years old. So you got to be careful what you do. I know I'm in Canada, but I'm sure that the computers work in the States too.
Oh, they do. Ah! And depending on the job you have, you can't even have interaction with police. Like you don't have to be convicted. You don't have to be tried. You don't even have to be. I think you have to be arrested, but you don't have to be found guilty, and you can't work. So if there's a computer that they can look up your history on, they do. And especially when it comes to caring for elderly or children, they're very careful.
Right. So I was just wanting to make sure. I mean, I know it's not going to do any good. I mean, I did it. My daughter Maria, we're fine now. She's 41 years old, and things are great and had been great. It was just something she went through as a kid, and I was a single mother. I didn't know what to do, and I made a mistake, and you know, we dealt with it. But I never realized that how much that would affect my future, and you know, and it came back to bite me 20, 34 years later almost.
Wow.
So,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
So it's
But thank you
amazing
for
what.
sharing your story.
Well, I was going to come up, but you took off a couple Wednesdays, and we just didn't get a chance to cross paths. But today I decided to do that, so I appreciate it. Appreciate what you do,
Thank you. And I
and
appreciate
happy
you as
4th of
well.
July.
Okay. Well, What's your Independence Day? Or did y'all ever get independent?
It's
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 Canada
called
Day.
Canada Day, and it was July 1st.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope you enjoy Canada Day.
We do. We love it. I love it here. I live in the Picture Province, they call it. It's called New
Oh,
Brunswick. It's East Coast, very attached to Maine. We're attached to the state of Maine.
nice. I'm glad.
Have a good
I'm
day,
glad you
guys.
have the relationship with your daughter that you do.
Oh, we're all good now. I think that's probably what it took. I mean, it was a bad decision at the time or a good decision. I'm not sure, but she realizes now how hard kids are because she's
That she
got two
has
of them.
one. Yeah, exactly. They don't realize it at the time, but absolutely. But thank you for coming up.
Have a good one, everyone.
You too. Do you know how to get down?
No, so I'm going to say, wee, drop me down. Wee.
That was funny. Hello, Miss Lala Loopsy Daisy. That's cute. How are
Good
you?
afternoon, Digital. How are you today?
I'm pretty good, except my allergies is kicking up, but I'll be all right.
I'm sorry you're not feeling well.
That's okay.
I did want to, you said that we could talk about other scammers
Of
today.
course.
Okay. I did want to bring awareness to somebody that there's only one other person bringing awareness to her, and I wanted to bring more awareness if possible.
Yep. What's her name? Or
Her
her app?
name, her name is Kayla Weisner.
I've seen her.
Yes, she,
Okay.
her she goes by Mama Bear, Mamabear. Uh, it's Kayla Weisner, Kayla.Weisner 2023.
White socks. Please stop it. Somebody is speaking right now. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So she's been caught up for years. Right now she's wearing an ankle monitor. I'm not sure. I think that's because of her criminal history. She's got a history of theft, personal property,
Oh, that's
DUI
why.
history.
They don't put an ankle monitor on you for no reason.
Right. She's got EBT fraud, so she can't get any welfare benefits. And she's always begging. I mean, right now, every video she makes, she's begging for birthday presents,
For her
money to
kids?
fix her air conditioner, everything you can, money for food. She's sending out texts for people. I mean, she received over $2,000 from somebody to get two of her kids back that are now currently staying with their grandparents she lost custody of. And
What?
yes, she lost the kids due to drug abuse, and the child fell off the bed and broke his arm because the kids were never in, childproof beds. And also they had a meth lab in their house.
Oh my God.
And so she still has one baby that, was born after the kids were gone.
Of course
And
they have more kids.
yes.
Does she have
Yes.
any animals?
Does she have animals? Yes, she does have
Of
animals.
course she does.
Yes. And so she has 11K followers. 11K. And she can't understand why she's not going viral yet.
Because, girl,
And
people is watching you for your nonsense. They don't enjoy you.
right. Well, yeah, exactly. And the nonsense is there. I'm thinking that I'm thinking there may be a delay in her thinking, maybe because of all of the drug abuse that she's been through over the past years.
Mm-hmm.
Sherry, do you know of her? I see Sherry says, I never knew her backstory. Yes, that is her backstory. She said she wants to get her kids back. She'll never get her kids back. She keeps saying she's going to raise money to get her kids back. She does have a GoFundMe up that she will never. She's got, I think, $5 raised on her GoFundMe. They won't pull the GoFundMe, but she has been given $2,000 towards getting the kids back, and she never used it to get the kids back. So I was hoping
watched her before.
you could add her to your list.
She goes. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
She goes live at 2:30 in the morning to
Yes.
3 o'clock in the morning, and that is the problem.
Yes. I have seen her. I have watched her. She is often in the kitchen, right?
Yes, yes.
She's often in the kitchen at those ridiculous hours. And thank you for bringing that up. I meant to say that today. Quite a few of them do their thing very late at night because they are trying to avoid us. So I'm not telling anybody else to stay up late at night, but if you happen to be up, check and see who's on. Yeah, they told me Maggie is on. Check to see who's on because a lot of them do that to avoid us, to get people from other countries who don't know how things work here to give them money. Other countries have PP, some have CA. They can send money. So, and report the videos. I mean, I know nothing is going to happen with them, but let's give her some problems. If you can't see her during the day and she's using a video to beg, report it.
Well, we are reporting her videos because every one of them she's talking about her cash apps and her bio and everything. But there's always no violations, and but we did get one pulled yesterday. I don't remember. I don't know why it was pulled, but it was pulled. Thank goodness. But it had something to do with some kind of payment app. It was a very shady payment app.
Oh, okay. Oh,
But
and are you guys reporting the CAs and the such?
oh, absolutely, absolutely.
I think I did it with a payment app in Canada, how you can report it. But maybe we could do a digital after dark on how to report. It's easy to report on CA because it's a simple click the button and it's done.
Right. The
I think so, Kryptonite. I think so. You
the other ones are a little more difficult to
They
report.
are, but there's always a way. There's
Yeah.
always a way, cause I shouldn't say we, cause I never reported it, but they got her chime taken away. Lisa Richards' chime got taken away. That had to happen because of something, and maybe it was people asking for their money back. I don't know, but they never last long enough. And yes, it's real easy to get 11,000 followers when you're doing the absolute most. It takes us forever, but they can
Right,
do
right.
it real quick.
It does. It takes forever.
But she
And
doesn't know what she's not viral because she hasn't done anything viral. You don't
oh
go
yeah.
viral for begging. Sorry.
Well, and to the baby, the baby is the story with the baby she's got right now. The baby stays with the babysitters during the day when she's working. Her shift is 3 to 11, and the baby's staying with addicts, and that she gets off work at 11 o'clock and she doesn't get home till 2:30. So between the hours of 11 and 2:30 in the morning, the baby is still awake, and she gets home and then feeds the baby dinner, and he's just crying and tired, and then she gives him a bath, and it's so late and he's just exhausted. I mean, the parenting is just awful. It is awful between these two parents. There is I don't know, am I allowed to say the R page? There is an R page
Oh
for
yeah, go ahead.
it's Kayla Weisinger snark on the Reddit page, where all of the actual and it's all factual information. There's nothing that is not factual. She has CPS at her door all the time, and she thinks that they just open and close the case immediately as soon as they walk in the door. That case doesn't get closed for 90 days. She's on their list all the time.
That's crazy. And the fact that she lost two and they're letting her keep one.
Yeah, she lost two of the kids, and now she's got one left. And they come and see, and I don't know why she still has this last one with her. I don't know why they're not taking it yet. Yes, the baby is always being bathed at 3 o'clock in the morning, but the thing is, at 3 o'clock in the morning, she is nodding out bathing the baby.
That's crazy. I wonder why they're not testing her. Because usually that's what happens.
Well, one of her family members came through and said that she is not using her own urine.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. It's harder to get pain meds and keep them because you gotta do a urine every single month, no matter how long you have never had a dirty urine. But she could get away with giving them somebody else's urine. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
And then CPS will be like, it wasn't our fault if something happens to the baby.
I know.
We did
I know.
everything we could do.
Well, we see all this stuff happening in Cape Coral right now, and here we are. She's in PA. I'm just wondering if the same thing is going to happen there, because the two stories are really pretty similar.
Mm. It will be interesting.
The two CPS stories, anyways. I
Yeah,
should say.
no, I follow you.
Yes.
Follow you. I know exactly what you mean. Well, thank you for bringing her up. Like I said, I've watched her a couple of times. It's really late at night, and she's never hit me so that I'm like, okay, pull out the notebook and the pen. And like I said, she's usually doing stuff around the kitchen. And like I said, I know other people have considered her one, but
Really?
I don't talk about anybody until I've witnessed it myself. But I
Right.
have watched her a few times, and thank you for that because now you've given me something to look forward to.
Well,
And I'm
I
gonna
was
watch
kind of,
her. I'm gonna
I
watch
was
her
trying to
video.
get Matilda to get in there.
Oh
Because
Lord have mercy.
you can't get rid of Matilda. We're talking about Kayla Weisner, Naomi, and True Love with Purpose. We're talking about Kayla Weisner, 2023. You can't get rid of Matilda.
No, you
And
cannot.
I'm really trying to get, and I am friends with Matilda. I think I'm friends with the right Matilda, but
If I
I'm
see them,
hoping.
I'll let them know.
I really wish that I could get Matilda in there, because you cannot get rid of Matilda. But I just want her off the app and paying attention to her baby, because her baby is 16 months old and not talking or walking yet.
What? Do you
Yes.
know that means that the babysitters are no good either?
Oh, well, that's what I said. The babysitters are addicts. They're
Oh
addicts.
my
They're
God.
using. They're H addicts. They're currently using.
Well, she would need that because otherwise, if they were of any quality, they would report her.
Exactly. And you know what? Honestly, they would also be feeding the baby and bathing the baby while they had the baby, instead of having her do it at 2 o'clock in the morning.
I
So
don't like when they mess with babies and animals. So
I know. She shaved her German Shepherd on a video, shaved it down because it was hot.
what?
That dog is, yes, and she leaves the dog outside. So the dog is now at risk of, sunburn and skin cancer. It's crazy. I'm telling you, there's something severely wrong with her.
Oh no, we know what's wrong.
Mhm. Oh, yeah.
But
Oh,
that
yeah.
doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah.
That doesn't even make
Mhm.
any sense.
No, not at all. Not at all. But thank you so much for letting me come up and talk about this. I've been trying to get in touch with you. I sent you a message a
I'm
while,
sorry.
but that's okay. I know you're very busy and keeping on top of all these other people. So I appreciate everything you do.
Thank you. And you have now seriously put her on my radar because I don't like what they do to animals and babies. You want
No,
to get high as a kite and destroy your own life, that's one thing. When you are putting children and animals in harm's way, I do not like it.
oh, absolutely. Thank you so much, everybody, for giving me time.
Oh, absolutely. You are welcome up anytime.
And I don't know how to get down.
Oh, okay. No problem.
Have a good day.
You too.
Bye bye.
Well, people, we got a new one. I'm up them hours. Obviously, I've seen her a few times. But now I know what I'm watching. Now I know what I'm watching. And I'm going to check out some of these videos. She ain't going to like it. She's going to have to delete my comments. Especially the one about the dog. I agree with that. A lot of parents do that, unfortunately. Thank you. Thank you. You know, you don't know what you don't know. And I didn't know that. And it sounds like other people didn't know that either. True love and purpose is why I take it seriously. Because for some of these people, it might be like, well, what's the big deal? And what's the big deal? That's the big deal. There is. If when people are like, what about this person? I can't keep up with everybody. I mean, I'm already doing 8 or 9 a day. Correct. And in his case, he can't even tell his mother that something is wrong because he doesn't talk. And even if he did, she probably wouldn't pay attention. One from Texas Tiff. Okay, perfect. Thank you for letting me know. Hopefully it's not buried in 100 others. But I can just go to her page and see it. You know, part of the reason why it takes me so long to go through my messages, if you look at any of my videos, right, and you'll see like 15 comments. 10 of them are from people trying to get me to join their agency. And they send me messages over and over and over again. And so that in order for me to know that it's them though, I have sometimes I know it's them. And I just delete it. I don't respond, nothing. And then they'll hit me up with, why are you ignoring me? That will be the message. Why are you ignoring me? And they'll change the photo so that I can't tell. And so it irks me. And I end up stop watching, like looking at messages, because that's half the messages. And what it does, it buries the older messages. It's annoying. I gotta tell you. I'm not joining an agency. I see no reason to. What are you going to do for me? Send me a bunch of gifts, but you won't advance awareness at all. And then you'll make me start battling because that's how you make money. Be for real. I'm not doing that. Right by you, girl. It's ridiculous. And what gets you, like, why are you posting on the 3 videos I do a year, and y'all want to be most comments? Like, make it make sense. Go away. I'm not joining. And when I first started going live, I used to be so nice. I used to be like, thank you, but I'd like to get my audience authentically. Thank you, but no thank you. Now it's just delete. Depending on the agency, they can save you for a little while because they have relationships with TikTok. But it is all like, do you think an agency is doing it for you for free? There's a reason why they don't ask for money up front. Because they know after they help you for a little while, the next thing they're going to make you do is battle. And they make you battle other people in your agency. Why do you think they look for certain people to battle? They're a part of an agency. Oh, they do charge? Wow. So I got to battle so you make money and you charge me? Of course, Diva. This is America. Right, you have to fulfill the requirements. And the more people who make them more money, the less they pay. How do you think Vegan Riz, I don't know if that was her name or not, but how do you think the vegan girl got to stay for so long on that one account? Gabby might be a part of an agency, but her price would be high. I bet. I've only seen Villain battle once. Yeah, the vegan girl. And I'll give TikTok credit. They've been clocking some tea. They got rid of the girl that had the woman jump in the lake that she knew couldn't swim and then walked away. They got rid of her too. And I was like, thank you, Jesus. Because her entire content was copying somebody else's who was doing legitimate content. When I saw she was outside, and when I first saw her outside of TikTok begging to get in, I thought it was a skit. No, I've never seen Coach battle. But this is the thing. While I believe that battling is TikTok sanctioned begging, because that's all it is, and the only people that win are the people in the battle and their agency, I don't talk about it because it's TikTok sanctioned. Yeah, exactly. And she'll still be making content of the other girl. Because that's the only way she has content. And then when she got her hair braided and people were like, be careful with your hair, blah, 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 people had stuff to say, she made like a 30-part series on why she should be able to wear braids. And then kept saying that the Vikings created them, but she wasn't wearing Viking braids. I don't care what you put on top of your head. But if you're going to do it honestly. Say I'm getting box braids. I'm getting whatever. I'm getting cornrows. Just keep it a buck. We got real stuff to worry about. Do not care. Except I'm always going to tell you to be careful because sometimes the hair used. That other girl that did it, and everybody kept trying to warn her. She had to cut almost all her hair off. Oh, it's 102. Sorry I kept y'all too long. I'm just sitting here running my mouth at this point. Well, I'm going to go take some allergy medicine, which is going to make me take a nap. I appreciate all of you who came today, who either you were able to see it because it was later, or you waited until me to come live because you're usually here at 6:30. I appreciate it. I will. It comes up. Oh, I'm going to have a great nap. That's why I was asking Mister if he was off. Because I wanted to know how much time I had. But he wasn't. Thank the gods. The old and the new. Everybody enjoy